The younger the soul, the more innocent the soul, because they've had less chance to sin. So the more innocent the soul that they sacrifice, the more power in the sacrifice. And that was told to me, again, by a practicing Satanist. When they kill the child...
Do you remember when Ellen DeGeneres pushed Sandra Bullock to reveal a horrifying high-end beauty transition?
A piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract...
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
If you have seen this, you are one of the lucky ones because they're removing every trace from the internet. They don't want you to remember what Sandra Bullock actually said on Ellen's couch. They don't want you to look into the penis facial. The adrenochrome theory suggests that the global elite don't just stop at skin creams. It alleges they harvest a specific chemical compound from the blood of the young to achieve a state of permanent vitality and high that no other drug can provide. While the mainstream media calls this a basement-dwelling fantasy, the Sandra Bullock interview provided a rare televised moment of vampiric transparency. If the elite are openly admitting to using the cells of infants to keep their faces from wrinkling on a daytime talk show, it's not a huge leap to wonder what's happening behind the closed doors of private clinics and underground labs.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many, did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, and, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, some of you, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra? Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract...
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Soon, people started connecting this interview to an old, terrifying video from 2009. A young model named Gabriela Jimenez was filmed having a complete mental breakdown outside of a luxury hotel. She was screaming, crying hysterically, and claiming to the police that she had just witnessed powerful guests engaging in an unthinkable act of consuming human meat. It started with a completely bizarre interview featuring Chrissy Teigen, a model and longtime friend of the daytime elite. During a casual conversation, she was asked a highly unusual question about whether she would ever be open to eating human flesh. Instead of laughing it off or calling the question crazy, she doubled down. She flat out stated that if the person okayed it, she would absolutely try it.
Actually, nothing I wouldn't eat or wouldn't drink or wouldn't try.
If the person okayed it, I would eat a human.
If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Is that terrible?
The release of the long-awaited Jeffrey Epstein investigative materials sent shockwaves through the digital world, and one name that immediately surfaced within the massive index of records was Ellen DeGeneres. Viral social media posts and detailed investigative threads began highlighting her presence among the hundreds of high-profile individuals referenced across the broader documentation and court-related indexes. According to reports circulating online, her name reportedly appears in a list of over 300 individuals linked to the investigative materials, a discovery that has led many to scrutinize her long history of industry connections and high-level social circles. This revelation has sparked an intense wave of curiosity, with audiences around the globe digging through archives to understand the nature of her inclusion in the documents.
Earlier I mentioned some conspiracies, and I want to talk to you about what the internet has been cooking up, and this one is insane. I need to address something that's been blowing up online since these files started dropping, because every time these documents like this get released, the internet does what the internet does. So there's a claim circulating right now that the Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the posts, Hollywood's most prolific cannibal, that she consumed human flesh. People are sharing distorted images of her face, writing paragraphs about underground dystopias, calling her a vampire. Now, Ellen DeGeneres is named in the Epstein documents, and that part is real. Her name appears in the broader index of over 300 high-profile individuals that show up across the investigative materials. Flight logs, communications, third-party interviews, peripheral records.
During a segment with Steve Harvey, the audience was left speechless when it was revealed that this magic wrinkle cure was made from the growth hormones of human tissue. Oprah Winfrey has famously hailed this specific growth factor treatment as a miracle fountain of youth, claiming it's her secret weapon against the march of time. While the show tried to keep it light with jokes and laughter, the reality is that one of the most powerful women in the world was rubbing the biological essence of newborns onto her skin to maintain her legendary glow. It wasn't just a beauty tip, it was a public admission that the highest echelons of power are willing to use human-sourced products to stay at the top of their game. It makes you wonder, if this is what they're willing to show us on national television, what are they using in their private, off-the-books medical suites?
I'm sorry, Steve.
People who want to murder babies. Meanwhile, it's goo.
Right.
It's goo that they're so worried about.
Killing the baby. No killing babies. The little baby. You can't eat your fetus.
Both the penis facial and the adrenochrome theory share the same core chilling premise, that the life force of a child is a commodity that can be extracted, bottled, and sold to the highest bidder. Back in 2019, Dakota Johnson completely embarrassed Ellen on her own show. According to fresh allegations, Dakota allegedly rejected an invitation that would have put her on a plane to Epstein Island. And the date on that alleged invite? The same week she accidentally exposed Ellen's lies in front of millions. The 2019 moment when Dakota Johnson looked Ellen DeGeneres in the eye and said, "Actually, Ellen, that's not the truth," became an instant viral legend. As a third-generation Hollywood insider, the daughter of Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson, Dakota Johnson reportedly understood exactly what being an invited guest to such a destination implied. The calling out Ellen's lies on live television was a high-stakes move that shattered Ellen's be kind facade and, according to sources, ensured that Dakota would never step foot on that stage again.
When was your birthday?
It was October 4th.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. This time I was on the show last year. You gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I did invite you and you didn't come. So
No, I don't think so.
ask everybody.
Taro performed at your party?
She did.
She did a set?
She did. It was a surprise.
What did she do?
A bunch of funny stuff.
She's hilarious.
She's my favorite comedian.
After that happened, the interview went viral on Facebook, getting viewed 35 million times, and all media was reporting it. Then after that interview went viral, 36 different employees came out against Ellen DeGeneres, saying she was toxic to work for. Some things being simpler, like some employees saying Ellen DeGeneres had a no eye contact rule where they weren't allowed to make eye contact with her walking in. And more serious things like Kevin Lehman, who was a producer for the show's employee, and Ellen covered.
I'm rating the babies from 1 to 10, which is it's more fun for me. So I've asked my viewers to send in photos of their babies for me to rate. And if you want me to rate your baby, please post a photo on Instagram with the hashtag #EllenRateMyBaby. Also, please do not try to rate your baby at home. I am a professional baby rater.
But the most high-profile warning didn't come from a social media theorist. It came from A-list actor Jim Caviezel. The man who famously portrayed the most iconic figure in history has risked his entire career to speak out about what he calls the industry's most protected secret. Caviezel has publicly warned about a compound known as adrenochrome, a biological extract he claims is harvested from the young to serve an elite class obsessed with staying ageless. He describes it as a fountain of youth, 10 times more potent than any illegal substance, suggesting that Hollywood's miracle skincare routines are just a sanitized front for a much darker reality. When a star of his stature speaks out with such conviction, it forces us to ask, are the ageless icons we admire simply lucky, or are they participating in a ritual we aren't even allowed to mention?
When I bring this up to people, I'm not for trafficking of children. I want to stop it. It's just what they do to children. Children are nothing more than like a cow. It's already past the drug trade, okay? We're at that point right now. And if we let our little ones continue to be slaughtered, boy, there's going to be a judgment on this world, and especially our country. Because they're pulling kids out of the darkest recesses of hell right now, in dumbs and all kinds of places. The adrenochroming of children, look, where we're at right now, hopefully, we need your prayers. Essentially, you have adrenaline in your body. I'll just simplify it. And when you are scared, you produce adrenaline. If you're an athlete, you get in the fourth quarter, you have adrenaline that comes out of you. If a child knows he's going to die, his body will secrete this adrenaline, and they have a lot of terms that they use. It's the worst horror I've ever seen, is screaming alone, even if I never, ever saw it. It's beyond, and these people that do it, there'll be no mercy for them. A lot of people that are involved in it all over the world that are in this. And many of these people are very famous. Set yourselves apart from this corrupt generation. Be saints. You were not made to fit in. You were born to stand out.
I called her out. I was like, Ellen's not that nice.
This was after you went on the show?
After I went on the show.
What was it like meeting Ellen? And is she a good person?
Let's just all go back to 2017 where I was the first person to call Ellen out before anyone else.
You called her out?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I called her out. I was like, Ellen's not that nice.
This was after you went on the show?
After I went on the show, and the world blew up about it and was like so mad at me about it, and then someone else said it, and then it was like, oh my god, Ellen's not nice. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Why do you say she's not nice?
I can't explain it. It was just really weird. I ran into her like backstage. It was like an awkward thing, and like the producers were really scared. I was like, what's going on? They were like, that was not supposed to happen. We're gonna get in trouble. It was like so weird. She was like, hey. It was like, I was like, oh hi. Like I was like, I'm so excited. And she was like,
Recent photos of Ellen DeGeneres in Paris have left the internet in total shock. Gone is the famous miracle glow, replaced by what many are calling harsher, more masculine features. The shift was so dramatic that commenters began tearing her apart, claiming she now looks like the man in her relationship with Portia. But for those following the deeper theories, this isn't just natural aging, it's a red flag. If the elite really rely on human-sourced serums to maintain their youth, what happens when they're suddenly cut off from the supply? This transformation has many wondering if the mask is finally slipping now that she's stepped away from the cameras. This is what happens when the source of Hollywood's beauty rituals finally runs dry.
You know, the internet's cruel as you age, and people are being mean about Ellen DeGeneres' appearance.
Ellen DeGeneres looks very different these days and appears to have aged quite significantly in the last few years.
Why does Ellen DeGeneres suddenly look 20 years older?
Why does 64-year-old Ellen DeGeneres look so different?
Apparently now that she no longer has access to children's blood, she's aging.
Well, it's hard to get. You just don't get it in an Audi.
No. Well, now they've interrupted the supply chain, now the Epstein files of all whatever. She's just not getting it, and therefore all of ULAN's not going to cut it.
Joe Rogan, a voice often at the center of cultural deep dives, once sparked a massive wave of online speculation by drawing a visual parallel between the blue and white striped structures on Little St. James and the design aesthetics seen on major talk show sets. To many viewers, this observation resonated with a deeper feeling of distrust toward high-level media circles, turning a simple set design into a focal point for intense curiosity. While professional set designers typically choose colors and patterns for their visual impact on camera, the similarity noted by Rogan led many to wonder if these choices were more than just a coincidence. This comparison highlights a significant shift in how audiences consume media today, looking beyond the entertainment to search for hidden patterns. It's an interesting example of how symbolic interpretation can transform our understanding of mainstream entertainment and the power of visual messaging.
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What? Oh, similar. That looks like a building, though. Like
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is that a building in LA? That might be a building in LA. Right, but I mean, it's supposed to be a background of... Yeah.
That's strange to use the same.
It is, but it's, I mean, it's whatever. I'm not that impressed with that. That could just be coincidental. There's a lot of people.
Ask Alex about that.
Yeah. Well, he'll get... Well...
The tragic circumstances surrounding Anne Heche's passing in 2022 led to a wave of shock and intense online speculation, with many people trying to uncover deeper meanings behind the event. The discussion surrounding Anne Heche's final project, Girl in Room 13, often centers on the theory that her portrayal of a human trafficking story was an attempt to expose real-world secrets, leading to her being silenced. Some theories that emerged on social media suggested hidden involvement of Ellen DeGeneres in her car accident. There were rumors that Ellen allegedly claimed and stored her body in a freezer for some kind of rituals. It is a striking example of how a star's creative work can become inextricably linked to the public's perception of their personal life.
Remember Anne Heche? This video showing the woman on a stretcher flailing and, according to neighbors, screaming at the time. Authorities say she suffered burns and was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Yeah, she passed away.
She did. She'd been involved with Ellen DeGeneres. They'd broken up, but apparently Anne Heche was uncovering this incredible pedophile ring.
By understanding how human trafficking really works, you can make a difference in the life of someone at risk. Call the National Human Trafficking Hotline.
And so, well, this is what it says here, that cannibal Ellen DeGeneres ate Anne Heche after murdering her.
Now investigators have confirmed that after Anne's death, Ellen pulled strings to claim her body, storing it in a mansion freezer like some kind of relic. Over the years, Ellen allegedly consumed parts of Anne in deliberate occult ceremonies.
Then, only a few months later, the entertainment world was shocked again, as someone connected to Ellen once again was found dead under suspicious circumstances. Steven Twitch Boss, the beloved dancer, DJ, and executive producer of The Ellen DeGeneres Show, passed away at the age of 40. Authorities determined that his death was self-inflicted, and investigators found no signs of foul play. However, online sleuths thought otherwise.
The medical examiner ruled that the cause of death was a self-inflicted wound to the head with no signs of foul play. Twitch had joined The Ellen DeGeneres Show as a guest DJ in 2014. In 2020, he was promoted to executive producer. He was universally beloved by the audience, by his colleagues, by those who had worked with him and for him. Another choreographer that was close to Twitch stated that after the 2020 toxic workplace scandal, Twitch had come under immense pressure for publicly supporting Ellen. Quote, people were looking at him like, why are you still supporting this woman? End quote. He stated that he believed that Twitch's mental health had deteriorated significantly in the period following the scandal. So there were people who knew him who had noticed a change in his behavior, but on the other side of that argument, when he passed, his wife only received half of his estate because Twitch did not have a will, which is incredibly odd in a lot of people's opinions. Ellen released a statement, quote, I'm heartbroken. Twitch was pure love and light. He was family and I loved him with all my heart. I will miss him, end quote. The internet was not satisfied with that, and people on the internet once again began to speculate. So there is no credible evidence that Twitch's passing was anything other than what the official investigators concluded that it was. And you guys know I'm not going to tell you anything other than the truth and the actual rulings, but I just thought that it was important to mention because in 2022 and to this day, a significant portion of the internet refuses to accept that Twitch's passing was a result of his choice.
Then people began revisiting one of Ellen's most famous television moments, the 2014 Academy Awards. Ellen was hosting the biggest night in Hollywood when she unexpectedly ordered pizza for the audience. Instead of serving expensive, bookingly asked two specific audience members to help pay for the pizza: Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey.
The patterns are hidden in plain sight, but only if you're willing to look. From memory hold interviews to the elite's vampiric beauty rituals, the reality on our screens is a curated illusion. Whether it's stars suddenly moving to remote farmhouses or the bricking of our digital lives, the system is damn sure terrified of losing its grip. They want you distracted by the glamour, so you don't notice the cage closing, but the glitches are starting to show. If this deep dive opened your eyes, you won't believe what we'll uncover in our next investigation. There's a reason certain headlines vanish within minutes, and we've saved the footage they don't want you to see. Don't let them curate your reality. Subscribe now so you never miss a moment before it gets erased for good. Stay awake, stay skeptical, and we'll see you in the next one.